Hello everyone, welcome back to our Fire Emblem Sacred Stones Randomizer Ironman. Here we are going to be taking back Renval from this guy, Dorado, who happens to be a druid with a very powerful magic tome. But the wonderful thing is, we don't really care. And we are going to just keep plowing on ahead with our good friend Seth, who is carrying this entire playthrough, as well as Double Dancer. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to block that off, and oh yeah, Erica has 15 defense. You gotta love it when you forget that your Lord unit has more defense than most units would have at this time in the game. You just gotta love it and have a wonderful time. And so everybody's aware, these guys have Armor Slayer and Hammer, which do a massive amount of damage, and I would rather not have anybody get hit by those. Well, really I don't want Joshua in particular getting hit by those. So, is Mulder the one with big defense? No. Well, let's see, how fast is this guy? Con 9, speed 10. Okay, no one should be dead. Really, the only person that matters is whether or not they're dead, and being dead is Erica. But I would rather my dancers not get into a ton of trouble. That's what we like to see, no damage. I really wish we had a healer, but oh well. That's why we have a bunch of vulner areas laying around, and budgeting in this game be, well, tossed aside and spent on healing items. A longbow, that's cheating. It's not actually cheating, just 3 range is annoying to deal with. Hey, it's our other guy who needs to not die. Alright. You also have an armor slayer, but you don't. And Joshua desperately needs speed to not get obliterated by everybody. Heck yeah. What is your res? Very bad. Okay, Franz is actually probably okay over there. Alright. when you forget that you have Double Dancer Gaming and it doesn't really matter, and I can also just throw Seth back over there without actually worrying about anything. And how much res does Eric have? Not a ton. Yeah, here I'm just chucking the javelin for some experience, since at this point Seth was just going to one round the mage anyway. And this just keeps more health on Franz, since we have very limited healing in this run. And really, I just have to get over to Ephraim and make sure he doesn't die. And we're kind of leaving the top room by the wayside right now. And we're just gonna have Mulder go here and use one of the vulneraries to heal up, because we don't want any of our dancers dying. And Erica will just stay right there. Oh yeah, these guys. Steel Lance. Yeah. Alright, well, we do have extra goodies coming from that way. Whether because we have extra lances, and we have extra healing items. So long as we don't get obliterated by a mage, we should be in good position to just keep pushing forward ever so slowly. And once everyone is reunited, we can just continue on our merry way towards the throne. And since we have 2 chest keys, we're just going to leave the top right chest and those 5 enemies entirely alone, because I just don't want to deal with them. Oh, longbow gaming, let's go. Make sure this guy doesn't have a hammer. He does have a hammer, but he is far enough away that it is not a problem, at least yet for Ephraim, because that hammer is probably going to one-shot Ephraim at this point. And those are not bad stats, and we'll dancer in a minute once we know what the situation over here is like. Alright, so loot needs to vulnerary. That guy's still got a decent amount of health. I wish I could steal that, but I can't. And he can hit through there, and he's got res. Alright. I mean, 8 attack. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice free kill. Go, Joshua. Alright, we can probably just get Franz through this map without worrying about an early promotion, but if we need to, we can always throw the Knight's Crest Franz's way. And then since Franz has Actually, how close? Archer is not. No one else besides Franz is even close to leveling. Alright. Actually, I think with Double Dancer I can just get Franz down to that mage. Triple Dancer is going to be so ridiculous. Like, Double Dancer was already crazy, and now we just have 3 extra turns that we can move around with, which is absolutely ridiculous and has not happened in actual Fire Emblem game, because infinite turns is pretty dumb in a good way. Alright, so in this case we can just bring Ford right on over. Longbow. Well, a one-shot longbow is not going to be super useful anyway. So we will just keep everyone moving forward. This is a relatively calm portion of the map while we're just repositioning everyone, and let's see. Let's just drop in the Killer Lance real quick, and can I use this? Yes, okay. So the Knight's Crest is a usable item by Franz, so that means we can get another promoted unit, which is very, very useful. And Franz although Franz doesn't gain any more weapon classes, he will gain a giant bulk of stats. So currently, like, I don't think we're gonna wait till level 20 to promote Franz, but I think we are going to wait just a little bit and see if we can get another easy level or two while he's in a in a unpromoted class. So we have 12. 13 but poison, and 13 but also poison. Well, that sucks. Honestly, yeah, just getting Erica over there to wall that off is probably a good idea. And then here we're just getting Franz XP because I don't think there's a reason to not try and snowball Franz at this point. especially since he's the one unit that we actually do have a guaranteed promotion item for. And that is a very nice level. If we had, I think the idea being if we had an item, if we were able to promote someone else, then I would say sharing the XP is probably a good idea. However, there's not any guarantees that we're going to get another usable promotion item anytime soon. So, although it is, I'd say a relatively short-sighted idea, it is still, I think, the best course of action just to get the maximum number of usable units. And then this guy, both of those guys have the poison axes. Actually, Franz, let's see, okay, you don't kill, but that's still a lot of damage on someone with a poison weapon, and we would rather not get poisoned if we don't have to be. And then in that case, what is your defense? 3. Unfortunately, with just the long hallways, there isn't a ton of exciting commentary because it's just maximize what I can do during an individual turn. And that's probably a little risky, so we're just going to go with the tried and true dance and then shoot with 91% accuracy. Yeah, and then with the Horse Slayers and Heavy Spears, I'm glad that I did not promote Franz, because the Horse Slayers would have made that section a little bit rough to say, if nothing else. And this guy is with the Poison Axe. Actually, what I can do is I can back up, have Kyle come down over. I think you can only trade once, so we'll just go dance here. You know, if only we had an Orion's Bolt, then we would have, then we could level up forward. And then just so we don't accidentally get our dancer hit, and go there. Yeah, this is very calm relative to the initial thought of going, oh, the boss has a Fenrir tome, when you can just easily walk across the entirety of the map and just very calmly and slowly push forward. I'm actually quite pleased that Joshua got like 2 speed level ups because he started with 0 speed. He is a speedy boy. And honestly, if he keeps that up, I'm not gonna be upset about having a fast general. Okay, we can do that. Oops. Accidentally rescued a dancer. That was like a very... in terms of all the things you could get punished for, that was not one that was punished for mashing through buttons. Since I have so many available turns with the dancer units that I have. Okay, we might as well have the Ford Kyle support, because probably going to be using both of them still. Sacred Stones also just has very nice music. Like, it's just a very relaxing game overall. And once we get into the next chapters, we can even get more really good music, because Erica's own map theme is probably one of my favorites in the series. And here we're going for the good old low turn count strat of having your dancers dance your dancers to move your important units forward. Love unnecessary crits. They're so satisfying to style on your enemy. But oh my gosh, are they unnecessary at that point. I don't think the guy at the door moves, but just in case we can have Vanessa hang out over there, because she does have very low resistance. And here we will leave a free space to have dancers and or other units move into the line. So nice actually just being able to bring all of my main units back up to the front after sending them off to go deal with reinforcements. That is a very nice thing that you don't get to experience outside of randomizers. And even in the main game, this map is kind of a little bit tedious due to just the really long hallways and having to go collect Ephraim and off on the side. Granted, things are a little bit more stable than having a dancer and an archer because you have two cavaliers and a lance lord. Franz just keeps getting really nice levels. And then you have the heavy spear. And there's not a longbow archer. Ooh, nice, that's just a kill. I'd really love to get an Elysian whip because flyers are wonderful. Just being able to avoid and go over and go a lot of terrain is just incredibly useful. And we can start chipping away at our means of getting into the throne room. And here, I'm not worried as much about shuttling Ephraim and Ford forward, again, just because the map is so cramped at this point that it's just not reasonable for me to try and get everybody forward really even. But we can get that wall opened up. I'm not exactly sure when they come, but there are thieves that will probably try and come open up the chests, and that is going to be pretty useful to potentially getting that last item. And I guess we're just going to see if we get anything useful. Really, promotion items are always the best, and as well as stat boosters. But here, I'll just take like elixirs and weapons are still incredibly useful for what we're dealing with. And then you have the door key. And of course, no one actually comes forward. Alright. 10, 19, what's your speed? 8, and... Okay, that's actually a much lower effective speed, so we can have Joshua step forward there, have Seth be ready for backup. I don't even think I can use the rapier, but it's an item. We'll see if we get a unit in Erica's Lord class, otherwise that could just be some... That is just straight up money. We are not using the Devil Axe this run, because I don't feel like having one of my units just spontaneously die due to bad RNG. And then that's a pretty good setup for hanging out over here. There we go. Alright, hopefully this should just be a relatively straightforward throne room. And I guess since he wasn't in range, that he didn't move. Huh. Well, I guess let's just make sure we stay out of range of the thief so he doesn't steal any of our healing items, and I'll just get this cleaned up. (16 defense. Erica is, in actuality, just an armor knight. There isn't it. Dancer squad, go. I guess just since they saw the damage, they went for that. That's very strange that the thief decided to go this way. But I will take free experience. this guy have anything threatening? Armor Slayer. Alright. And then we'll just have everyone ready to go to get Seth to the throne room. Of course, that he's just standing on the one square that we needed in order to get everyone to move forward. There's this very nice thing about bosses in this game is that they don't move off the throne. There might be a boss or two every once in a while that moves, but for the most part they just like to sit back, relax, and really not do anything. So in here, we're just not going to worry about this. Who did I give the pure water to? Probably one of the dancers then. Oh no, you still have the pure water. Let's just do a quick 21 no crit. Alright, we'll just wait there for that. Eric is going to be ready to promote before everybody else. Alright, time for some of the best boss music in the series. Alright, can Franz rescue... okay, Franz can't rescue out Erica. Let's give you the killing edge over the hand axe for now. This is just a bit dicey regard, no matter how we're doing it, isn't it? There we go. And boss done. And these bosses give a boatload of experience. And although Seth does not have amazing growths relative to what we've seen with some of this, there's still a level. And we are all finished up with this map, and we are at the route split. At this point, really, it's just whatever we feel like going with, and Erica's just one of my favorite Fire Emblem lords. So we're just gonna go with Erica on this route because we can, and we're gonna have a wonderful time doing it. Now, since we did get a bunch of resources and collective stuff, I will take a little bit of time to do some menuing and general housekeeping with units. So we're not going to be using the Tower of Valmy or anything in order to train, but I am absolutely going to reorganize in terms of income and money to make everything as smoothly as possible for the videos. And I know that one was a relatively calm and tedious map just because of all of the hallway navigation, but things are going to pick up because we're about to get another Fog of War map in a couple maps here, and the end game gets a bit crazier. But I don't think we have any potential roadblock maps ahead of us in the near future. So we're just going to have a nice, relaxing time. So thank you everyone for following along with this playthrough. I know the uploads are a little bit sparse in ordering, but hopefully you're enjoying this and having a good time like I am with the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblems. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and this is Mithril Turtle signing out, and we'll catch you next time.